Alright, well, welcome back to the channel, everyone. What we did today, we went on ahead and sorted out our copper and our clad, or zinc slash copper. There are copper pennies in here. This is all pennies. It's probably a couple of pounds. I'll pick out the copper once I get them tumbled and cleaned, so I can check the dates and sort them better. This is all our quarters, nickels, and dimes, all our clad. Got a bicentennials and this and that up in there, so that's a state quarter. But I got a couple in there. We're gonna clean them all up and get them going. We're gonna kind of give a little tutorial of how this is done. Now you can pick up these rock tumblers here, Chicago Electric, at Harbor Freight. I think this one was in the neighborhood of like 60 bucks or so. Double drum, and it's just a off on switch. That's all it is. Simple little thing. It's not going to tumble right because it don't have no weight to it. Once we put a little water and some media in it, and it should tumble okay. Alright, so all I do is I use the white gravels, fish aquarium gravels. You can get these at Walmart in a little bag, I don't know, 5 pounds or whatever it may be. I don't know how much they cost, I don't remember. I reuse my fish aquarium gravel over and over and over. That's why I use the white ones, so it doesn't discolor your coins, anything like that. They stay always a nice color. So we're going to set this up here in just a minute, and we'll show you how it's done. Alright, for those of you who have seen it before, there are other people who put out coin cleaning videos up. Sometimes I find that they don't go into too much detail. So we're going to remove our little top. We're going to move our little washer. This is for demonstration purposes only, but I've already taken this apart because this has a suction on it. You got to take it off with 2 hands. So I've already done that part. So what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and we're going to put in roughly, let me see if I can get some light going here. Okay, we're going to go ahead and put in pennies. Okay, probably about half the container. That's what we're going to do about pennies. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll save the other half. This will tumble. This will be another tumble. I can save this for the next go around. So I'll end up doing 4 drums of tumbles in this, or maybe 5, because I'm gonna have to tumble out some of the clad a little bit longer because it's a little more. Each one of the tumbles you're going to do is going to be a 48-hour run. So then what we're going to do, we're going to take a little bit of our gravel here, and we're going to put this in about another quarter of the way. Alright, and we got to leave a little room because when the soap starts expanding, so you're going to be about 2/3 of the way up. This is Dawn dishwashing liquid. I know it says Gain, but it's not. It's Dawn dishwashing liquid because I refilled it off of a bigger bottle. So we'll go ahead and we'll just add in a few drops. It don't take much. And then we'll be right back. Okay, so what I want to do, I want to grab a little bit of water. This was a bottle of water that's sitting out for a little while, so we can use this bottle of water. And we can put our water up in here until we may have to end up getting some more. So this gives us just enough. As you can see, it covered the rocks like it's supposed to. So it gets over the top of the rocks. That's all you really want. You don't want a whole bunch because you got to have room for expansion, because as this tumbler creates friction, the soap creates bubbles and it starts to expand. So then we're going to get our top. This recesses down into the thing. It's hard to do this with one hand. So this recesses. You only want to recess it down just a little bit so it gets down inside the lip. Okay, and then we're going to take this piece here and we're going to push this down until the bevel gets all the way seated all the way around. All right, and then we're gonna take our little washer here, and we're gonna put a little nut. And what's gonna happen is the little nut's gonna push the lid down, and it's gonna pull the interior lid up, and it's going to squeeze together and make a seal on the rubber. So we tighten it up pretty good. Don't over tighten it because this is a soft aluminum here, and you can either damage something, but you can put it pretty tight. And then we're going to just roll it around a little bit. Then we get our media and our coins kind of mixed a little bit, and then we'll put it on here. And then we'll repeat the same process with our quarters here. Just a minute. And here again, as you see, we're going to go ahead and do the same process. Get a couple little gravels, and thing's still wet. The last time I tumbled coin was about 6 months ago, or maybe longer. Still holds water, nice and sealed. Doesn't do anything. So I'm gonna go ahead and get us a couple hands full of quarters and nickels and dimes, our clad. And we're gonna go into our tumbler, probably about halfway up. So there you go. It's about half the container. And again, we're gonna come back over here, and we're gonna get our white gravel. Oop. I'll have to pick those up. They'll be hurting the feet on the floor here soon. So, and we only want about 3 little handsfuls. That way it gives me about a third of the container. And again, we're gonna squirt in a little bit of our dish soap, not much, probably about a teaspoon full, if that. And we're going to put our water to where we get just above our gravels, like that, like so. And then we'll commence to putting our interior lid. It countersinks in a drum, as you can see. It countersinks in the drum. And then we'll put our beveled lid on. Make sure we push down on the edges all the way around. Put on our little washer. You've got to have your little washer for reinforcement for the lid, otherwise your plastic nut here you screw on will concave or dent your lid. And as you tighten this up, it pushes the lid down, it pulls the inner lid up, and it seals it in the edge. Yep. And just keep tightening it until it don't turn no more, but don't go crazy with it, because if you go too crazy with it, you can damage the threads. Alright, so now we're going to just kind of flip this around a little bit, and we can get some of that media between the coins. As you can see, my drum here is a little dirty on the outside. I did put a set to tumble one time, and I didn't, for some crazy reason, the lid didn't seal all the way. And as it expanded, it started leaking. So that's how that works. So now we're going to turn it on, and it's going to tumble. And this is what it's going to be for the next 2 days. So as I see my time right now, it is currently 6:22 p.m. on Friday. So we're going to take this out around 6:22 or 6:30 p.m. Sunday. And then we'll get a look at our coins here. And you may have to rinse it once or twice, you know, because it's gonna look like some serious chocolate mud in there when you get through with it. But we're definitely going to get them cleaned up, get them tumbled, and we'll bring you back in 48 hours. Okay. Well, here we are so far, 24 hours later. And we're still tumbling. So we'll see you in another 24 hours. Alright, so it's been 48 hours since these things have been tumbling. We're going to go ahead and we're going to take them out and see what they look like. It may have to go a little longer. It may not. But we will see. So we're going to shut it off. First thing we're going to do is going to be our pennies. This is not going to come out just so, because the lid is going to be sealed, being it's been tightened for 2 days. It's not going to come off just so. We got the washer off. This is kind of hard to do with one hand. So, okay, I'll pop this off and we'll see. Alright, I see where to get a little help from the old needle nose pliers that are lift up on the edge. As you can see, it spilled on the table a little bit. That's about what it's going to look like up in there. And this kind of pop the top off, so that's what it looks like when you're tumbling coins that's been found metal detecting. So I'm going to go ahead and give this a rinse, and we'll see what it looks like after the rinse. Alright, so we went and did our little rinse for our pennies, and we're going to put them on this little platter here with paper towel. And we kind of get us a idea of what they look like here. So as you can see, our pennies are quite clean and usable. There are some that still have some dark spots on it, which they're not going to clean up. They're zinc, so they're basically trash. But you have a bunch of them in here. They come up nice and clean. Like I say, you have a few zincs that corroded real bad. We're going to pick those out. But as for like that one right there, that's a copper. And you got some zincs. They come out really nice. But as you can see, they're nice and clean and spendable again, compared to this right here. Pennies. On 48 hours of tumbling. Okay, well, give me a minute and I'll show you what the clad looks like. Alright, so we got the top popped on the clad right here. We'll go ahead and remove the lid. You can see this one's still sealed. It wasn't like the other one. But there you got it. It's like a form of chocolate putty. Yeah, let me go rinse that and we'll be right back. Alright, so this is our clad. That was how it starts off. It's your old pennies, nickels, and dimes. Quarters, nickels, and dimes. And this is your clad, how it turns out once you're done with it. So we use an old strainer here. So strainer's about seen better days. Let me put a little light on for you here. Alright. So we're going to put our clad out right here. And we're going to take our time in a little while. And we're going to sort this. And as you can see, all your clad comes out nice and shiny and spendable compared to what it was. So I might have a couple shiny coins in here, but they're gonna get cleaned as well. But you get them old brown quarters and dimes and nickels, and then you get them tumbled, and here you go. Quarters, dimes, and nickels, just as pretty and shiny as can be. You'll have some that have a little black stain on them, but I'm gonna have to go through some of these and check the dates. I'll go through all my coins and check the dates for double stamps or years or silver or whatever it may be, or if it's a different nationality or whatever it may be. But that's it. This one right here has been bent. So, but I'll check the date on it too. That's a 76. But clad, nice and shiny. You can see, in pennies, back to copper. From junk and junk. Back to looking good. Alright, so we're going to get them sorted out and get them all dried up and ready for counting and wrapping. And they will enter circulation one more time. Thank you all for watching. Have a great night.